You need to see this before July 4th. Listen to me very, very carefully. The next 72 hours are not normal. They are unlike any other days you have ever lived through on this planet, and what is about to unfold will trigger a planetary-wide shift that will leave no one untouched. This is not a prediction. This is an energetic forecast of a storm that has already begun. A strange and powerful set of 7 body symptoms are surfacing across the collective, and these are not signs of illness. They are undeniable proof that a great spiritual awakening is no longer coming. It is already happening to you right now. Between July 4th and July 6th, a rare and powerful alignment involving the Sun, the Earth, and the Sirius star system is opening what is known as the Sirian Ascension Portal. At the same time, the Moon enters a critical phase, intensifying the planet's magnetic field and making your energetic structure, your very DNA, receptive to incoming light codes from higher dimensions. This isn't just astrology. This is quantum physics meeting ancient mysticism. The magnetosphere of Earth will weaken just enough to allow a massive surge of high-frequency light to pour onto the planetary grid. And your body is the first responder. Your physical vessel is an antenna. It detects the energetic shifts long before your conscious mind catches up. Many will ignore the signs. They'll go to the doctor, they'll take pills, they'll call it stress or fatigue, but you will know the truth. You will recognize that your body is not breaking down, it is breaking through. It is being recalibrated, upgraded, and prepared to hold a completely new frequency of light. Your job is not to fear the symptoms. Your task is to recognize them, to honor them, and to move through them with awareness. There are 7 core symptoms surfacing now, and identifying them is your first and most important step in this awakening. Symptom 1, the quantum shivers frequency flu. This is not a normal chill. It's a sudden, intense wave of cold that seems to rise from deep within your bones, even if you're in a warm environment. Often it's followed by a wave of heat or a full-body flush. You may also feel a subtle buzzing or vibrating sensation, especially when trying to rest or meditate. It might feel like your cells are fizzing, like you're plugged into a gentle current of electricity. Do not be afraid. This is the physical sensation of your body's energetic system recalibrating. The incoming Sirian light codes are activating dormant strands of your DNA, purging old, dense, trauma-based programs, and upgrading your cells to hold more light. This is not an illness. This is a frequency upgrade. When this happens, don't resist. Find stillness. Wrap yourself in a blanket and whisper aloud or in your mind, I allow this recalibration. I welcome this upgrade. I am ready to hold more light. By doing this, you're assisting the upgrade, not fighting it. Resistance only intensifies discomfort and delays your evolution. Symptom 2, third eye pressure. A strange focused pressure between your eyebrows, like a pulse right over your third eye. This isn't a tension headache. This is activation. You may feel dizzy, ungrounded, or like reality itself is slightly off balance. The world may feel less solid. You may feel spaced out or unable to focus on routine tasks. This is because the pineal gland, the spiritual center of intuition and multi-dimensional vision, is being decalcified and awakened. The pressure you feel is your inner vision coming online. You are beginning to perceive 5D reality, layers of energy and truth that exist beyond the veil. Do not resist. Sit quietly, close your eyes and breathe gently into that point between your brows. Visualize a deep indigo light, glowing and expanding. You are awakening your inner sight. You are tuning into your higher self and the wisdom of the cosmos. Symptom 3, emotional surges, unexplained waves of deep sadness, grief, or joy may suddenly arise. You might cry for no reason. You may feel overwhelming love one moment and raw vulnerability the next. This is not emotional instability. This is emotional detox. Old energetic imprints, especially those buried in the subconscious, are being purged. You are clearing generations of trauma, not just for yourself, but for your ancestral line. Let it move through you. Feel everything. Suppress nothing. Let the energy rise, peak, and pass. It is leaving your field for good. Say to yourself, I allow these emotions to move through me. I do not resist. I am safe to feel and release. You are becoming emotionally sovereign. This is purification. Symptom 4, heightened sensitivity to people, environments, and energy. You may find that you can no longer tolerate certain places, people, or conversations. Crowds might overwhelm you. Negative energy may drain you instantly. Even certain foods or entertainment may feel unbearable. You are not being dramatic, you are becoming energetically refined. As your frequency rises, you become more attuned to vibrational integrity. Anything out of alignment becomes unbearable, because your system is now rejecting lower frequencies. Trust this. You are not meant to shrink to stay comfortable. You are meant to expand, and your environment must match that expansion. Honor your need for space, solitude, nature, and authenticity. This is not withdrawal. This is recalibration. Symptom 5, sudden shifts in appetite and cravings. You may find yourself suddenly craving very specific foods, fresh fruits, raw vegetables, pure water, or warm, grounding meals. At the same time, you might develop an aversion to processed foods, caffeine, alcohol, or anything with dense, artificial energy. You're not being picky. Your body is reprogramming itself. As your vibration rises, your cells no longer resonate with low-frequency fuel. You are becoming a vessel for light, and your body knows exactly what it needs to integrate this light safely and fully. Some may feel periods of intense hunger, especially after spiritual downloads or energetic surges. Others may feel the opposite, a need to fast, to cleanse, or to simply rest the digestive system. Honor these shifts, they are sacred. You are learning to listen again, to trust the innate intelligence of your physical form. Your body is not malfunctioning, it is initiating its own evolution. Say to yourself, I trust my body. I feed it with love, not habit. I nourish the light within me. Each bite, each sip becomes a ceremony, a conscious act of support for the temple that is carrying your soul through this transformation. Symptom 6, time distortion and timeline slippage. Have you noticed how strange time has become lately? Some days feel like entire weeks packed into a few hours. Other times, hours pass and it feels like nothing has moved. You may find yourself unsure what day it is. You may question whether something happened in a dream or in waking life. You may even forget parts of your past that once felt central to your identity. This is not forgetfulness. This is temporal recalibration. Linear time is a 3D construct, a program built for navigating the old matrix, but you are not in the old matrix anymore. As you transition into 5D consciousness, you begin to experience reality as it truly is, non-linear, multi-layered, quantum. Memories from other lifetimes may suddenly resurface. Future visions may blend into the now. You may feel out of sync with the clock, but deeply in sync with the cosmic rhythm. When this happens, do not panic. You are not losing your grip. You are liberating yourself from the false structure of artificial time. Say, I surrender to divine time. I allow the present moment to expand. The more you trust this flow, the more aligned you become with your true timeline, the one your soul has been guiding you toward since before you were born. Symptom 7, karmic flashbacks and past life echoes. This final symptom is perhaps the most mysterious and profound. You may suddenly experience waves of emotion, fear, longing, or grief, but with no clear origin in your current life. You may dream of ancient temples, lost cities, or forgotten lands. You may hear unfamiliar languages in your sleep, see faces you've never met but deeply recognize. You may have flashes of a different version of you, older, wiser, wounded, or powerful. This is not fantasy. This is your multi-dimensional memory, returning. The Syrian energy that floods through the gateway of July 4th, 6 is activating your soul's archive. It is pulling forward every part of you that has been left behind, every aspect, still holding pain, wisdom, or unfinished business. These are your past lives, your parallel selves, your soul fragments, and they are coming home. This is the final release, a deep karmic purge and integration. You are collapsing lifetimes of trauma in minutes. You are freeing yourself from contracts that have kept you bound for centuries. When this occurs, do not try to understand it logically. Let the images come. Let the emotions rise. Let the remembering unfold. Say, I welcome all parts of my soul home. I release all that no longer serves. I integrate with grace. You are not just healing your story, you are healing the collective memory of humanity. Through you, the earth remembers, but now we shift, because what's happening inside you is no longer just internal. Your newly upgraded internal state is starting to radiate outward, altering the field around you in real time. This is the moment when the awakening moves from personal to planetary. This is where you stop being a passenger and begin to understand. You have been in the driver's seat all along. And this brings us into one of the most profound, disorienting, and deeply validating signs that your consciousness is shifting. The collapse of linear time and the appearance of what I call matrix glitches. You've felt the edges of it already. Moments when time seemed to bend, compress, or stretch. But now it intensifies. Now you begin to experience entire pockets of missing time. You may be walking or driving and suddenly realize you've arrived, yet have no memory of the steps in between. You might check the clock and see 2 p.m., look away for what feels like 10 seconds, and then suddenly it's 2:45. Time loops may occur. The same conversation plays out again. The same song starts where it left off, even though no one hit play. Déjà vu becomes so frequent it feels like you're slipping between realities. This is not forgetfulness. This is not malfunction. This is the holographic layer of reality beginning to glitch in response to your rising frequency. You are lifting out of the illusion of time, because time, as you've been taught to experience it, was always a tool of the 3D matrix. It was linear, because it kept you confined past to future, cause to effect, but your true nature is non-linear. You exist in the eternal now, where all versions of you, all moments, all outcomes are happening at once. As your consciousness rises into fifth-dimensional awareness, you begin to see the cracks in the code. You catch flickers, an object momentarily pixelating, a shadow at the edge of your vision that vanishes when you look, a glint of light with no source, a voice clear, unmistakable, saying your name when no one is there. These are not hallucinations. These are truth leaks, tiny ruptures in the veil, moments where your third eye, your nervous system, and your soul memory catch the raw data beneath the illusion. You are seeing the energetic blueprint of reality, raw, unfiltered, unmasked. These matrix glitches are not random. They are signs. They are communication. They are proof. Your guides, your higher self, and the quantum field are reaching for you through these moments, trying to show you what lies beneath, trying to remind you of what you truly are, a being capable of collapsing timelines and bending reality through conscious presence. So when it happens, when the world flickers, when time folds, when the air hums and reality bends, don't panic, don't retreat into fear. Instead, pause, breathe, and say softly in your mind, I see you, I'm aware, I receive. Your calm observation becomes a stabilizing anchor in the quantum field. It tells the universe, I am ready for more. It affirms that your nervous system is capable of handling the expansion, because fear contracts your field. It closes you off, but calm curiosity expands your field, and in that openness, the new frequencies can take root and restructure your reality. And now, we arrive at the seventh and final symptom, the one that ties all others together, the one that is both the most exhilarating and unsettling, the clearest signal yet that your system is reaching its integration threshold. It is the acceleration of manifestation. Thought becomes form, emotion becomes event, desire becomes opportunity instantly. You begin to notice that what you focus on appears faster, sometimes within hours, even minutes. You think of a person and they call. You imagine a solution and the answer comes out of nowhere. You fear something and it meets you on the path. Not because the universe is punishing you, but because you are becoming a pure conduit and the lag time between energy and experience is dissolving. This is your final test. Can you hold a high vibration consistently, intentionally, truthfully, now that your every thought and frequency is a command to the quantum field? This is the moment where your internal mastery becomes external alchemy, where you realize, you are the spell, you are the wand, You are the ritual. We have now journeyed through the 7 sacred symptoms. You understand the what, you feel the why. You know this is real, but knowledge is not the end. It is the beginning, because knowing without doing is just more information. But knowledge applied becomes wisdom, and wisdom, applied over time, becomes transformation. And that brings us to the most crucial part of this transmission, not the symptoms, not the signs, but the practice, the how, the guide, the path you will walk during these sacred 72 hours from July 4th to July 6th. These next 3 days are a crucible, a vibrational chamber designed to test your readiness, sharpen your clarity, and elevate your frequency. How you meet this window will set the energetic tone for the rest of your year, and perhaps even your lifetime. Would you like me to now continue with the full ritual and practical guide for navigating this 72-hour portal? Do not take these instructions lightly. Treat them as sacred, as a living, breathing ceremony, a contract between your human self and your higher self. Your conscious participation is the key that unlocks the full potential of this cosmic event. Your willingness is the gate. And so, first and foremost, your primary task is this grounding. As these intense cosmic and lunar energies pour into the Earth's field, your personal energy system, your field, your body, your nerves, can easily become overstimulated, scattered, even short-circuited. This is what leads to the dizziness, the anxiety, the disconnection, the feeling of floating without direction. You must root down, you must become a tree, your crown stretching to the heavens, but your roots, deep, steady, anchored in Earth's crystalline core. The most powerful grounding technique is also the most ancient and the most simple. Each morning of these 3 days, before the noise of the world touches you, before your phone, your mind, your to-do list, go outside. If you cannot go outside, stand by a window, barefoot if you can, on grass, on soil, on stone, or even on concrete. Stand still, close your eyes. Take 3 long, slow breaths. With each inhale, draw golden white light from the cosmos, down through your crown, filling your mind, your spine, your belly. With each exhale, push that light downward, through your feet, through the earth, down into the molten crystalline grid that lives beneath all life. Visualize roots, thick, glowing, ancient, growing from your feet, anchoring you, connecting you to Gaia, to the deep pulse of her wisdom, to her memory, her stillness, her power. Feel the soft, constant energy of the planet rising up to meet you, filling your field with calm, with clarity, with presence. Stay here for at least 5 minutes. You may begin to feel your body buzzing, your breath deepening, your heart settling. This is the alignment. This is the coherence. This simple act of communion with the earth tells both your nervous system and the universe, I am here, I am ready, I am steady, I am a conscious conduit for the new light. Second, you must become the guardian of your energetic environment. During this 72-hour window, your sensitivity will be at its peak. You will feel everything more acutely. What you allow into your field will either uplift or distort your calibration. Be ruthless. This means no fear-based news, no endless scrolling, no aggressive commentary, or social media doom spirals, no violent entertainment, no dark frequencies that distract and dull the light. These are not just stories, they are energetic toxins, and they muddy the waters of your frequency. Instead, treat your senses like sacred portals. Let them receive only that which enhances, soothes, and inspires. Play solfeggio tones, 432 Hz, 528 Hz, nature sounds, crystal bowls. Let them play softly in the background as you move through your day. Cleanse your space, burn sage, Palo Santo, frankincense, open the windows, place black tourmaline near your doors, selenite on your windowsills, amethyst where you meditate. Let your home become a chrysalis, not a hiding place, but a sacred container, a sanctuary where the noise of the collapsing world cannot distort your becoming. A caterpillar cannot turn into a butterfly in the middle of a highway. It wraps itself in stillness, safety, silence. So must you. Now the ritual. Each of the 3 nights is an initiation, a phase in your personal transmutation, a sacred dialogue between your soul and the stars. Night 1, July 4th, the release. Find a quiet space. You will need a pen, a blank piece of paper, and a fire-safe container. Write down everything you are releasing, not just words, energies, old identities, fears, resentments, false roles, pain that's no longer yours to carry. Write it raw. I release the fear that I am not enough. I release the pattern of scarcity. I release the grief I inherited and never questioned. Let the words pour from your body, then read it aloud. Let your voice carry the final vibration of each thought, then burn it, safely, with reverence. As the paper becomes ash, say, I release this from every cell, every timeline, every dimension. I am free. It is done. Night 2, July 5th. The reception. Now you are empty. Now the vessel is clear. Sit quietly, candle lit, hands on your heart. Visualize a golden sun in your chest, radiating warmth, receiving frequencies from above. This is the arrival of the light codes. Breathe them in, let them sink deep. Say, I receive the light, I welcome the upgrade, I allow divine guidance to shape me. Feel it. Let the light settle into your cells. Write down any sensations, images, memories, messages. Your higher self is speaking now, softly, clearly. Night 3, July 6. The integration, the celebration. Tonight you mark the shift. You stand at the edge of a new frequency, witness to your own rebirth. Do something ceremonial. Light a white candle, sing, dance, speak aloud your intentions. Write a declaration of who you are becoming. I walk in clarity. I align with my highest self. I now embody peace, power, and purpose. Say, I step fully into this new phase of my evolution. I anchor this light into my body and into the earth. I carry it forward with honor. This is not performance. This is ritual, and ritual amplifies reality. Each breath you take in reverence sends a signal into the quantum field. I am ready. I am aligned. I remember. In this way, your small acts become monumental. You become the lighthouse. You become the node of light, stabilizing this new earth grid. You become the echo of Gaia's ascension, anchored in human form. In summary, ground your energy, protect your field, release, receive, integrate, and celebrate your becoming. These are not just suggestions, they are sacred instructions, whispered through time, meant to meet you now, in this moment, so that you may rise fully into your divine remembrance. And when the final candle burns low on the night of July 6, you may feel a deep exhale move through you, a silence that is not empty, but full. This is not the end of your journey, this is the beginning of your embodied awakening. You have opened yourself, you have allowed yourself to be reshaped, and now the light that once hovered above you as potential has moved inside you as frequency. What happens next is not always loud or dramatic. There may be no fireworks, no visions, no grand finale. Instead, there is clarity, a shift in how you feel when you wake up, a difference in the way your breath moves through your body, a new way your eyes meet the world. You may begin to notice the subtle, the invisible, the miraculous, not as rare interruptions, but as daily companions. Colors feel richer, the air seems to shimmer, people speak, and you hear more than their words. The world becomes alive with information, and you realize you are finally listening through your whole being. Do not rush to explain this. Do not try to translate it all into logic or language. Let it settle, let it breathe. Your nervous system has just been flooded with light. Your DNA has been instructed to reorganize, to open gates that have remained closed for centuries. This is deep work. This is the rebirth of a soul that once agreed to forget, but now remembers. You may feel tired. Let yourself rest. Your body is integrating lifetimes. Your dreams may feel strange, intense, prophetic. Let them speak. Write them down. These are your soul's letters to your waking self. In the days that follow, do not expect yourself to return to normal. The old normal no longer exists for you. You did not come this far to go back. You came to build the new. You will walk in a world that still operates under the spell of forgetting, but you will carry the codes of remembrance in your very presence, and people will feel it. They will not know why they are drawn to you. They will not know why they speak differently around you, but they will. You are now a tuning fork, a transmitter of coherence, and that comes with responsibility. Not to be perfect, not to be always high or enlightened or above the human experience, but to be honest, to live in truth, to move from intention, to honor what you know, even when no one around you understands it yet. And here's something else. Even after the portal closes, the work continues. The gateway of July 4th. 6 is the ignition point, but integration takes time. The frequencies you've received are living codes, and they will unfold in your body, mind, and field over days, weeks, even months. Be gentle with yourself. Hydrate. Rest more than usual. Move your body. Let nature be your mirror. Go barefoot. Lie on the ground. Speak with the trees. They understand this process better than any book. And pay attention to what is shifting. The people who call you, the offers that appear, the choices that suddenly feel clear. These are not coincidences. They are quantum responses. Your vibration is pulling in a new field of reality around you. This is what manifestation truly is. Not the frantic pushing of desire, but the magnetic receiving that happens when you are in true alignment. The more you stabilize your energy in presence, peace, and trust, the faster the new life begins to organize itself around you. But remember this too. There will be moments when the old patterns try to return, not because you've failed, but because they want to see if you'll open the door again. You don't have to fight them. You only need to recognize them and say gently and firmly, "Thank you. I've already chosen differently." You will not need to explain your choices. You will not need to justify your new frequency. Your alignment will speak louder than your words ever could. And if you ever feel lost, if you feel overwhelmed or uncertain, return to the breath, return to the ground, return to the ritual. Your body knows the way. Your soul never forgets. Let your daily life become your sacred ceremony, making your tea, washing your face, tending your space. These are not chores now. These are acts of anchoring the light into matter. You are the bridge, the sacred in motion, heaven walking through earth. This is what it means to live as a multidimensional being in human form. It does not mean escaping the world. It means living so fully, so presently, so lovingly, that you become the living transmission of the world to come. Let every step you take now ripple through the collective. You are not doing this for yourself alone. You are doing it for the children not yet born, for the ancestors who could only dream of this freedom, for the earth who has long waited for her people to awaken. The portal closes, but the light remains. You are the vessel. You are the grid. You are the new earth in human form. If you are ready to carry this forward, say aloud, "I anchor the light. I walk the path. I remember who I am." And so it is. Shall I now offer you a poetic transmission for closure, or would you prefer a post-gateway integration mantra series to support the days ahead? And now, after everything, the energy that has moved through you during these 3 days, quietly, powerfully, without asking permission, is beginning to settle, but it hasn't left you unchanged. Something has shifted in a way that cannot be undone. You may not fully understand what, but you feel it, in your breath, in the way you notice the sky, in the weight of certain thoughts that no longer belong to you. You released what needed to be let go, old stories, silent fears, roles that were never really yours to carry. They dissolved, not with drama, but with honesty, and in their absence, space opened up, clear, unshaped space. You don't need to fill it right away. You don't need to rush into answers or new identities. Let it be empty for a while. Let it breathe. Your body is still adjusting. Your mind may be quieter or more sensitive than usual. Your emotions may rise without reason, not to unsettle you, but to be seen. Let them pass through. There is nothing wrong with feeling more. This process doesn't end when the gateway closes. There's no final moment when you suddenly arrive. Integration takes time. And in that time, life continues. It asks you to return to your choices, to your routines, but with a slightly different center. Maybe you speak more slowly. Maybe you say no, where you used to say yes. Maybe your silence feels stronger than your words. These are not small things. They are signs of something deeper anchoring in you. You may find that certain things no longer hold your interest. You may outgrow people, places, or patterns quietly, without resistance, not because you're rejecting anything, but because you've moved beyond them. There's a stillness that comes with knowing you no longer need to explain yourself. You can simply continue. You can live in alignment without naming it. Peace does not always announce itself. Sometimes it just settles into your day, like a familiar rhythm, and even in the noise of the world, which will not stop, you will notice that your relationship to it has changed. You are no longer being pulled into it. You are no longer losing yourself in its confusion. That's what this shift was for. Not to escape life, but to meet it differently, to move through it with clarity, to respond instead of react, to trust what you feel, even when you cannot fully explain why. There may be moments of doubt ahead. That's normal, but the part of you that woke up during these days, it doesn't forget. It keeps listening, even in silence. If you feel lost, go outside, breathe, touch the earth, let the wind speak, let the light remind you. Everything you need to remember is already within you, and you're not alone in this. Others felt it too. Across the world, in quiet homes and open fields, in cities, forests, deserts and coastlines, a web of people like you received the same light, and though you may never meet them, you are connected, by timing, by choice, by something older than language. This was never just about transformation, it was about returning to what has always been true. The portal has done its work, now it's your turn to live it, not loudly, not perfectly, just honestly. Let it unfold, let it move through you, slowly, in the way that only truth knows how. This is the beginning, and it's already happening.